What's up, guys? Chris from Good Looking Loser, and we're talking about the Bathmate again. Anyway, I've had this thing for over 2 years. I think it's absolutely wonderful, and there's a host of reasons I recommend it. But we're going to talk about some very common questions that I get a lot on the Bathmate, get asked a lot, and the manufacturer also gets asked too. The very first one, a very basic question: does it work? Absolutely, it works. It will increase the size of your penis. And first off, short term, there's two types of gains that you're going to get from this. The first are immediate gains, and I talk about this quite a bit. After you use it, after a session, you'll notice that there's significant increase in the size of your penis, particularly in girth. It'll go up from anywhere from a half inch to a total of over an inch. For length, it's a little less dramatic in the short term, but you will increase probably about a quarter inch, maybe up to a half inch. It kind of varies on that. Varies on a lot of things, like how much pressure you use, etc., and stuff like that. So that's the first basic question. Does it work? Absolutely it does. And the second half of that, you will get permanent gains from it, and the permanent gains are a result of using it consistently, daily, or at least every other day. And those immediate gains will become permanent gains over a course of time. You just got to be consistent with it. So one of the first frequently asked questions is, where should you buy this thing? Okay, where should you get the Bathmate? There's some on eBay, there's some hanging out on Amazon, there's a bunch of sites around the internet for it. And my advice is very much, and will always be the same on this, get it from the original manufacturer, and I have the link for that below. There's a lot of fake Bathmates out there, particularly in the past 2 years. I got this thing when there was only one producer of the Bathmate, and to my knowledge, there's only one producer that makes a legitimate Bathmate. And also, there are plenty of producers that make a fake Bathmate. They are overseas sites. One is in Thailand. Some are actually here in the United States. Some of them are also, throughout Europe and stuff like this. This device has become very, very popular, and hence generate a market of cheap Bathmate ripoffs, etc., I would go through the original manufacturer. Only then are you guaranteed to get a real Bathmate. The fake ones, there's a lot of different issues with them, one of which is this rubber thing falls off, okay, within the first 2 weeks. That's a problem, because the rubber thing falls off, it's good as useless then. Another thing is the plastic. This is pretty, it's not heavy, but it's well-made plastic, and a lot of guys who've ended up with, unfortunately, fake clones or whatever, the plastic gets broken. And again, that happens, you might as well throw it in the trash. Another thing about these fake Bathmate sites, they offer absolutely no customer service. They're overseas. They're not bound by any sort of law to take your Bathmate back, and frankly, they're not bound by anything to even answer emails. So you're really on your own if you go somewhere else other than the original manufacturer. So that is something that I really have to emphasize for you. The original manufacturer gives a 4-week money back, no questions asked guaranteed if you don't like it. You're gonna like this thing if you get a real one and everything like that. The ones on eBay, by and large, are guys that are selling the fake ones that didn't work out for them. And this thing is absolutely legit. You've got to get it from the person who made it originally, and I'll lead you that way as well. Anyway, another question is, should you get the Bathmate Hercules or the Bathmate Goliath? The Hercules is the smaller model. This is one here. It's by no means small. However, it can support up to 9 inches of dick, and unless you're significantly above 8 starting off, I don't recommend you going any more than that. The Goliath, however, supports up to 13 inches of dick, and most guys, that's not their starting level. Or at least, you want to get the 13-inch one if you're over about 8 when you're starting off. So the Bathmate the Bathmate Hercules will work for about 95% of guys starting off. Another common question: Guys want to know if they just use the Bathmate, will it increase the size of their penis, or do they have to get an extender, or do they have to do the manual jelqing or stretching and stuff like that? And the answer to this is, I mean, it's kind of like a two-part answer here. Yes, using the Bathmate as a standalone, meaning on its own, will absolutely get you gains. Now, if combined with an extension device or male enhancement exercises like stretching or jelqing, your results will be significantly faster. So I used the Bathmate for about 14 months when I originally got it, and that's all I used. Now, I had prior male enhancement, experience and gains with the manual exercise. But for that 14 months, my girth got bigger by about, I'd say close to an inch, and I got a little longer as well. And also notable, I weighed the same amount, the whole time too, because you can get some length gains by decreasing, your body fat and stuff like that. But the whole time I was using this thing, got a little bigger. And what was also cool about that is it maintained, and improved the gains that I'd already made. So absolutely you can use this thing by itself and get gains. Obviously, I recommend, putting the whole package together. At the very least, doing, manual exercises 2-3 days a week in addition to this. It's a wonderful supplement to it. Another question. Let's see, I'm going down my list. I kind of answered one of those right here. Guys want to know, should they enter the Bathmate and have a boner, a full erection the whole time? Here's what I think about that. Obviously, ask your doctor, because you're going to tell them if you're using the Bathmate or not, but this is what most guys do. If you have no prior penis enhancement, male enhancement experience, for the first 2 weeks using the Bathmate, don't have an erection. Go in soft. Okay, after those 2 weeks, go in with a partial erection, and a little bit more than partial. We're talking about 70 or 80%. Keep yourself in there for about 10 to 12 minutes. And after those 2 weeks, which is a total of a month, I suggest you use a full erection, because this thing works super good if you have a full boner in there. And that's really when you get the pressure around the whole entire thing, which gives you the immediate gains, and then if you use it consistently, the permanent gains as well. Guy asked me once if he's uncircumcised, can he use the Bathmate, and will he have success with it? The answer to that is basically a yes. I've looked into this. There's plenty of guys out there that are uncircumcised that love the Bathmate and are doing pretty good with it. Another notable thing, now I'm circumcised, so I can't comment, but the Bathmate will actually help the foreskin health on your penis. It'll stretch it out as well. Not intensely, but it will absolutely be good for you if you're uncircumcised. So people also want to know, should I get the Bathmate, or should I do like manual exercises? What should I do? And ideally, it's not a choice between one or the other. You actually want to, combine all three. So that will get you your max gains, okay? And if you do jelqing and stretching, use the Bathmate afterwards. Not before, but afterwards, okay? That's the best way to use it if you're doing them as well. But like I said before, you can use the Bathmate on your own, and you'll probably be very pleased with it if you do so. Next question. Should I buy the entire set, which includes a cleaning kit, a shower strap, and I guess one other thing, or should I just buy the pump alone? This is up to you now. I just have the pump. When I bought it, this is all they had. There was no cleaning kit, there was no shower strap. But the Bathmate, if used correctly, is hands-free. Okay, you don't need a shower strap to hold it up, and you don't need a cleaning kit to clean it. They certainly can't help, or they certainly can't hurt, excuse me. They certainly can't hurt. This device, it's pretty easy to clean with soap and water, or, putting it in the dishwasher, not on high heat and stuff like that. You want to clean this thing, like 2 weeks or so. I clean it maybe every 6 weeks though, which is probably a little bit longer than I should. But the cleaning kit's good. People say it's good. The shower strap helps. But again, I don't think you need either of those. But you know, that's up to you on that. So another question here. Should I do manual stretches and jelking to maximize the gains after using the Bathmate? No, like I said, use it before. Okay, can I have sex or jerk off after using the Bathmate? Yes. I mean, in general, yes. You can have sex, you can jerk off after you use the Bathmate. Me in particular, and you'll evolve into this too. When I first started using the Bathmate, I could still put on a condom afterwards. Okay, now it's to the point where I can't even put on a Magnum XL afterwards because it's literally so thick and everything like that. So you can jerk off after, you can have sex after. In fact, I encourage you to time it so you're banging a girl when your dick, you know, is absolutely huge, to see how wonderful of an experience that is for both parties. But you know, if you're wearing condoms, as you should be, you know, if you should be for a number of reasons, you know, you're gonna have to judge it personally. Okay. After I use the Bathmate, my girth is over 6 inches, which is pretty big, and a Magnum XL is not getting around that, or at least is quite tight. So, next question. What underwear should I use, or should I wear, if any, after using the Bathmate? On this, you want to be have as little restriction as possible on your dick. Okay, after you use the Bathmate, you'll slip it off. You'll see that your dick is huge. Even though you do lose an erection, that's what you're going to lose an erection when you use the Bathmate, even if you enter it in an erect state. Your penis will be soft, but the tissue will have expanded and it will be very, very big. Now, what in general gives gains and recovery for male enhancement is having adequate blood flow to your dick. So, after using the Bathmate, I don't suggest putting on underwear, and certainly not very restrictive briefs or something like that. Personally, I wear Under Armour, and I just tuck my dick to the side, so the blood flow, you know, gets into it. It stays hung. It's in a good position to recover after workouts and stuff like that. And that's true of anything. If you're just doing jelking or stretching, you don't want to be wearing restrictive underwear. You want to, ideally, you're going to be wearing an extender afterwards to keep, you know, to keep your dick from, you know, going back to its normal flaccid state and stuff like that. So, no underwear, or very, very loose something or other on that. Under Armour's, you know, it's tight, but it's not restrictive as to where, you know, like briefs, it's gonna hold your sack like all like together like that. So you can basically tuck your dick on the side of your leg, have the good blood flow, and everything like that. Next question. This is actually a very common one and a very good question. What are the red dots that I get on my penis after using the Bathmate? And now this happens to, I'd say maybe about 20% of the guys, especially when they start using it. They'll notice these little red dots in some period after they've used the Bathmate. This is very common. This is not a problem at all. At all. Your dick needs to get used to using the Bathmate, because while it's not as, I guess, intense or hardcore as a air pump, which you got to be very careful with, it is evidence that you might need to chill out a little while. The red dots, you know, are little micro tears in the spongy tissue, which you want to get anyway, because that's what, you know, when you recover makes your dick bigger. But it's evidence that your dick is not quite used to, you know, at least the amount of time or the intensity that you're spending in it. So the cure for that is to not wear it for a few days. You know, let the red dots go away. They're in no way evidence of anything serious going on. I take this from the manufacturer. I asked them about it too. It's a very common problem. It'll go away. You know, and again, these dots, they're little pin-like dots. They're not